You're listening to Glad Estates Radio with your hosts CoCo and Gregory, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome everyone to the premiere of Glam Estates Radio Show. My name is Gregory Papuchian, and this is the fabulous, glamorous CoCo Shelburne.
Well, thanks, Gregory. I'm so excited that we're having this happen.
Me too.
Wow. Well, I'm CoCo Shelburne, and we're very excited to be here. We are here to really introduce ourselves and let everyone know what we're all about and what you can really gain from listening into this show and checking us out online, and what you can have at your fingertips, available at the drop of a finger click.
Right. So tell us about, CoCo, what this show is going to be about.
Okay, well, there is a lot to know about this show. It is not going to be a boring real estate news program. It is going to be interactive about everything you need to know about real estate, about lending, about the process, about renting, about lifestyle, about global markets, and how they affect your world.
Right. This radio show is formed so we can share information and educate everybody about the real estate, the market, the process, and everything that's been going on. Our name is Glam Estates, and what stands for is about global Los Angeles markets. And of course, our topics are going to cover the Los Angeles market locally and globally as well. Because why, CoCo?
Listen, what happens in other countries definitely affects our market. And it, just like I realized early on in real estate, was that real estate in Los Angeles really affects the nation's economy. And when it affects the nation's economy, it affects the global economy. So really, we're at two epicenters with regard to how the economy is pushed in the country. And we are right in the heart of it here in Los Angeles, and the other one is in New York. So that's how we're here to inform you and demystify the entire real estate process.
Right.
Because it's very mysterious to people.
So are you saying you're going to teach everyone the lingo of real estate?
The lingo, the
Are you going to talk about REO, short sales, and all that weird stuff?
Yes, we're going to have all these strange words. What is a pre-foreclosure? What is that all about? And what is a CDPE? And what is REO? So we'll have all the things that sound bizarre but have an actual definition and meaning, and how they impact your life, and how you can maneuver through that so you're at the best possible place so you can plan and live in the lifestyle that you choose.
Right. And in order for us to achieve all these, we are going to have guests from every aspect of real estate. We're going to have lenders coming in. We're going to have credit repair, as we have today. Our friend Hunor, who is
Hunor,
who has helped many of our clients with credit. We're going to have title representatives, escrow people, from every aspect of real estate.
And we're going to talk about what people don't know, and that happens a lot. Most people are, what gets so stressful for people when they're in the process of either buying or selling is that, they don't necessarily get explained what is going to happen next and what does it mean.
Right.
And there are a lot of reasons for that. What are some of the reasons you can think of that maybe they don't get told?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Because maybe the other person doesn't know.
Maybe.
Sometimes they don't know. So they don't tell them.
Yeah, in general, people don't want to share information, or other agents are like, yeah, don't worry, I don't have to explain to you. I got it. And, people are left, with no information, and it affects important information that can affect them very much.
Absolutely. And it can be so kind of a stressful situation. And some people they may be great as agents, but they may not be great at giving information. And that part of not being informed can cause so much stress that frequently people are so distressed.
Right.
Not our clients necessarily.
At this point, I've already started getting messages here. I have to say, you can call us. We are live, and you can call us at 818 with your questions, 570-5085. We are also in.
We do not take pizza orders tonight, but maybe next week.
We are also pretty much in every social media. You can find us on Instagram at the Glam Estates, our Facebook page, Glam Estates as well. Our website, glamestates.com.
What's it called again?
Glamestates.com. Yeah, and Twitter.
Twitter. Absolutely. I love it.
That's right.
So, Gregory, I was wondering, do you think you could share a little bit about who you are with everybody?
For sure, yeah. Let me introduce myself. As I said, my name is Gregory.
You don't have to, though. It's okay.
Well,
cool.
it might be helpful for some people. My name is Gregory Papoutian. I was born and raised in Athens, Greece. That's where my accent is coming from. This beautiful country with lots of islands. Yeah, that one. I came here about...
Isn't there moussaka there, too?
Moussaka, not mustaka.
I didn't say that.
Anyway.
I'll say it later, though. It's cool.
I came here in LA about 5 years ago. I immediately grabbed the opportunity I was given from my family that was here in Los Angeles. And I came here. They accommodated me. They helped me in the beginning. And the reason I came here was to, of course, pursue my passion, which is real estate. But let me tell you, while I was in Greece, I studied sociology. And I was also managing some of the top restaurants and sports bars there in Greece. And at the same time, my father was into real estate. And after he passed away, I was very intrigued from what he was doing and how he was helping people get into homes and all that. I really wanted to follow his footsteps and see what he was doing. So the more I was into it, the better I was becoming, and I loved it. Eventually, later on, the market sank there in Greece, and as you may know, and that brought me here in Los Angeles.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you coming.
You're welcome. And I did a big favor to LA.
Well,
But anyway.
I've heard.
And while I was studying for my license here, I met a few people who were into real estate, started talking to people, left and right to gather information. As I said, information is very scarce. You can't really find information. Everybody says whatever they want. But I was lucky enough. I met CoCo Shelburne through some common friends. And at that time, she was teaching at one of the biggest offices here in the Valley. She was teaching, a real estate class. And so she invited me to attend her classes. And I did. And, in this profession, it's very difficult in the beginning to start. So for sure, you need somebody to guide you. You need a mentor and all that. So I selected CoCo. I think I did well. I don't know.
We're going to find out.
And, not long after that, we became business partners, and we are continuing together this business, after that.
Yeah, Gregory has an incredible drive to be ethical and straightforward about what he does in business and in life. And what really stood out for me about Gregory was there's this guy who really had everything on the line. He went for it with absolutely everything he had available to take care of his family and his life, to go down and go fearlessly into, of all businesses, for crying out loud, real estate. And it has its incredible joys and pains. And I really saw in him that he was completely dedicated to that. And I couldn't help but say, sheesh, I should probably give him as much information as I possibly can. It seems only right to do so.
Thank you, CoCo.
You're welcome, sir. And that's given from somebody who's even born and raised right here in Los Angeles. Did you know that I'm one of, I think there's 3 of us?
There's 3. I think there's no more than 3 or 4.
I've met more Greeks in LA than I have people who are from LA who live in LA.
That's right. That's right.
Literally. It's not even a joke.
So, CoCo, tell us about you. Who are you anyway?
Oh, man. You don't want to know. I'm born and raised here in San Fernando Valley. As a matter of fact, I started off my career in a similar way. I was following my father's footsteps in law enforcement. My father was a deputy for LA County for 40 years, and I went into law enforcement where I was a deputy for 8 years. I really saw the passion that he had for helping people. However, there was one drawback to being a deputy that was less positive than I had imagined when I was going through school. I didn't really see that getting punched in the face as frequently as that happened, that maybe there was some other way I could help people that it excluded that part of helping. So I thought about it, and I remembered how it was for my first home purchase, and I thought, wow, that would be a really fabulous way to help people, and applied the skills of case planning and court work and paperwork and passion for people.
The paperwork for sure.
Oh my God, right? It's not like Greece, right? You go,
Greece is one page, and you have the full contract, 1 page.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Here, how many pages is just for an offer?
15 pages.
15, right? That's right.
15
That's
pages.
right.
That's not a lie. That's true. It's 15 pages. That's just to say I'm kind of thinking about this place. I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure, and here's some money. But when I started off in real estate, I started off with Keller Williams. In my first 3 months in the industry, I had become the agent of the month. They had featured me in the Keller Williams magazine. I quickly became part of the top sales in the area. I moved from it was just, I gotta just describe it. It was just sort of like it was a really perfect connection for me in the sense of applying these skills. And I had to become one of the top producers in the area. One of the other things that I was doing, and I love this, what we do. I believe everyone has the right to have a choice to whether or not they would like to own or buy or rent. They should have the option to know and how to get there.
Right.
And some of the other things that I've been doing is was on the what they call the Agent Leadership Council for LA, and that was on this for a total of 3 years, where I was the head of technology and training, where basically I was one of 16 people that was overseeing more than 750 of the top agents in Los Angeles. Then we helped with agent concerns, with consumer issues, and I brought to the platform of Keller Williams at that time, I had brought in the idea of bringing Best Buy into their organization, and that became part of their future. I also have been part of their expansion into UK, into France, and into Greece, into those markets. But as great as that was, there was a piece to the puzzle that was very conventional. And I would say I'm not conventional. Is that probably a good description, possibly?
Maybe.
Yeah, kind of. And the global market that they had pictured was a little bit restricted to what I thought the ideals could be, and that they opened the door for everybody. With no disrespect to them, but rather in an attempt to bring a bigger picture, we created Glam Estates and expanded and moved to a boutique real estate group with a gentleman named Scott Farrell, who has started this organization that is a production of top producers from Remax and Keller Williams. And we really are at the forefront and the edge of global markets. And this part has really been able to help us service clients in a much larger capacity than we had imagined we could in the past, including what did we do recently? That's something different that...
Oh, yeah. We just recently put together our first 3-continent transaction including there was a client from Asia who flew to my home country in Greece. We hadn't met before other than email conversations.
Right, we no conversations whatsoever
Right.
live.
He was not speaking any English, like me, pretty much.
No, you mean like me. Remember, I'm from LA. I have a whole different dialect.
And CoCo met with him. CoCo met with him in Greece, and yeah, that was our first 3-continent transaction that we put together. And we also helped him because he's an investor, and he really wanted to do is to get his visa, because Greece has an excellent program about visas for Europe. With an investment, you can take your 10-year visa and you can go work and do whatever you want in any countries, Schengen countries of Europe. So yeah, that's what we did, and we also helped him with that as well.
Yeah, and what was really exciting was that, based on the whole, even just the languages alone was exciting. We have 19 available languages within our group, and the whole purpose behind that is really there are no limits. We don't want anyone to be excluded from knowledge and empowerment. So that's what we're here for. It's part of what we're doing, and add a lot of entertainment in between. So we'll try to be as entertaining as possible.
Yeah, maybe not at this time, but like...
Oh, all right.
No, just kidding. So now we're done with the boring part.
Oh, good.
What else?
Thank God.
So as we said, we're going to talk today about credit.
That's
and
true.
Why credit is important, how it affects you, what it does into the real estate and all that.
Yeah, it is kind of a dry subject, but what's interesting about credit is if you don't know enough about credit, it can cost you, even if you're not planning to buy a house or rent an apartment or a house. Or at some point, you're going to want to go and maybe get a credit card at Macy's, or maybe you want to go and buy a car. All of these things affect you, and if you're doing it in a weird way that you don't realize can affect you, if you don't have that, you're just going to pay a lot more money.
Can affect you for the rest of your life.
Oh, yes, completely.
For sure.
So, and one of the guests that we'll be having today is a gentleman by the name of Hunor Tasnadi, who is with max850.com. And this guy, you probably would recognize from the Toby Keith video. I love this bar. He is pretty amazing too.
He's pretty amazing. He's pretty funny. He's an awesome person.
Should we bring him in now so he can come in and start delegating information?
Sure.
Hunor, why don't you come
Hunor,
and join us?
Come in. Please have a seat.
Yes.
Yeah, I should say thank you, but no, because that was a horrible introduction. Bringing up the Toby Keith music video that I specifically asked you not to mention.
Was it in the paperwork? I didn't see it.
Okay, can we move on to...
Okay.
But anyways, thank you guys.
I'm sure everybody...
We're going to be talking about...
Everybody's searching about Toby Keith.
They're like looking it up right now.
Don't.
Tag him. What?
Hello, Hunor.
Hi.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, so... we're going to be talking about credit. I guess you guys have a few questions about it, and well, it has been pounded to pieces, why credit is important, but there's a lot more to it, so hopefully I can answer a few questions that you might have.
Yes, so we have a couple of ideas about how credit affects in the purchase or sale of a property, and how important it is for the transaction process, but you probably have some additional ideas of why credit repair, specifically, that's what you do, is credit repair. But let's talk about as well why it's important. For example, what's off the top of your head? Where do you see it as the most important thing that you've come across so far?
Well, the main thing is that I think people go, very different directions on this one. Some people say that credit is not important because credit is, I think, primarily credit cards. And then people hate them. Some of them hate them, that no, I will pay cash. And then some people will, abuse them, but they don't fully, or, they just simply don't fully take advantage of them. I think credit is awesome. Credit cards are awesome. You just have to have the discipline how to use them. And when you are disciplined using your credit, You can use that in real estate. You can use it in anywhere. I mean, as I said, it's all over, on TV that everyone is offering credit scores, free credit report, free. So they know it's
Right.
important, but they don't really go pass by that. So, insurance, travel.
Travel.
Yes, exactly.
Can I get any free points doing, like, if I have good credit, can I do anything with that?
Yes, you can fly for free, but that's gonna be
What?
yes, but that's gonna be maybe further down the line.
Oh, man.
We can talk about it, but for that you have to have excellent credit. So instead of cursing credit cards and cursing the process, you just have to find a way how to fix yours and how to keep it under control, and then pretty much anything is possible after that. Whatever you need credit for.
Got it.
Right.
I know.
So what's a good credit? What's a bad credit?
Well, a good credit generally nowadays is over 725. Now, that's a good question in that sense too, that, the credit score. And you have to realize that people or certain companies measure credit different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say that 725, then what I mean by that is generally accepted terms that FICO credit score is over 725. But the three different credit bureaus each have their own scoring system. Not only that, but you have to know that too, that scoring system can be different too whenever you buy a car or whenever you apply for mortgage. So for example, when you buy a car, you might think that your credit score, it comes out to 800, but when you go to the mortgage application, then it's only going to be 725. So there's a lot to it. But generally speaking, a good credit over 725 and a bad credit, I would say that under 650, really.
Right, exactly. And that you even get any kind of a loan.
So around 725 gets you the best rates.
Usually, when over 725, 750 gets you
Right.
the best rates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They look at 740 as kind of a marker these days
Yes,
for
that's like
the lending industry,
stellar, to be stellar, yeah.
for mortgages. And I guess it really comes down to management, right? They're really looking at is they want to see how you manage your credit, not just having it there and doing nothing with it.
The most important thing here is discipline, I think. You have to be disciplined. This is you're playing with money that's not yours.
I'm
usually,
not disciplined. What do you want from me?
But I know that
Just
most
kidding.
people are not. That's the problem. That's we know more about the Kardashians' lives than our credit,
Right.
and how to fix it. So, and I think this affects your life a little bit more than whatever Kylie or Kim or whatever. So, anyways, Caitlin. So, anyways, it's the main thing here is that I think most people at one point in their lives they screw up their credit. It just happens. It happened to me. I'm pretty sure it happened to 90% of the people.
Sure.
Now, what are you going to do at that point? Because the generally
Call
accepted
Hunor.
knowledge is
Yeah. Call
well,
Hunor.
number one. Yeah.
Call Hunor.
But before you do that, you have to realize that it took some time to screw up your credit, so it's going to take some time to fix it. So don't believe in magic or miracle, fix that, in 24 hours we can fix your credit. Well, you
Are there
can't.
like fast tricks to bring it up,
There are tricks. It just depends on what you define by tricks. What the methods that I use is completely legal. So
Yeah.
Oh,
basically
man.
just you're just using the law to clean up your credit reports. But so in trick in that way that I know some companies offer, credit repair in 30 days. Those tricks are probably illegal, and I wouldn't go for it because you're risking a lot of things.
And a lot of times they're charging a huge amount of money, to fix something that can be fixed with a very reputable company like yours.
Well, here's the good thing, and the good news and the bad news. The good news is that you can repair your credit on your own. The bad news is that it
What?
takes work, and most people are not willing to do that. So
Right.
that's why I charge. Now, generally, it's anywhere from $1,500 and up credit repair. My company, we offer it anywhere between $500 to $1,000.
Wow.
Depending on how messed up your credit is. So, CoCo, yours is $1,000.
Yep.
Mine
Gregory's
is like
Thanks.
over
way off the
3,000. I
charts.
don't know. You need to hire more staff to fix mine.
You have to take out a home equity loan to cover that.
Hey. No, seriously, on the serious note, that was the case for me when I went through a divorce. And when that came through, the way it went down, he cleared out my accounts, and that was ugly.
So yeah,
So it had to get fixed.
Yeah. So what we are doing is not just that, fix your credit. Number one, we consult with you. That we are doing a consultation that take a look at the credit report and see what can be fixed and what can't. Because, let's keep it real. Certain things just can't. Certain things have legal consequences that we are not going to go into. But certain things can be fixed on the report. The second thing is that we're going to help you build your credit, because that's just one thing that delete all the bad stuff, but another thing is you have to build up your credit. Lots of misconceptions about that. And thirdly, we make some suggestions on how you can use your credit, what kind of credit cards you should get, so that can help you with your lifestyle. If you like to travel, there's lots of awesome credit cards that can help you. If you want to buy, you like
I remember
shopping.
we had a conversation about traveling.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember
So,
Very useful information.
The bottom line being, if I got this straight, would it be safe to say that when your credit's in order, things actually cost you less money?
yes, and that's kind of a paradox here. That I just had this conversation the other day with a client. That so you have bad credit, you go and apply for a car loan, which he did. And guess what? He's getting a 19% annual percentage rate on a car loan. If you go, someone with excellent credit, he gets a 1%. So the person who is reliable gets a low percent APR, low percent low, and the person who is not reliable is 19. So it makes you think that, well, if it's not reliable, then aren't we just really pushing the chances of him defaulting on this? And in a way, yes, but you have to understand that the banks try to recoup their money as soon as possible.
Right.
So they're worried about default.
So kind of in a way that when it gets bad, it gets worse. So, once you start down on that path, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So you have to, get it together. You have to be very disciplined, and you need your help to fix it. And there's a lot of misconceptions, which I'm pretty sure later on we will talk about, but don't cancel your accounts.
Hey.
Don't.
Tell us
Don't
about
close them.
stuff
That's
like
what we were
that,
going to
like
say.
Yeah. So
do's and don'ts, like.
Well, just really briefly, because there's dozens of out there. But one thing that I hear most of the time in connection with real estate is that, okay, we're going to apply for the loan. Let me close a bunch of accounts. Don't do it. Don't. If you don't want to use the credit, that's fine. You don't have to, but don't close it unless maybe there's a $200 annual fee on it, and you really don't want to pay it every year just to have a credit card.
Right.
If you have an annual fee, then and you don't use that card, you can cancel it. But generally, please don't do that, because a huge portion of your credit score is actually dependent upon your credit history, the age of the accounts.
Right.
If you cancel it, your average age is going down. It's going to get shorter. With that, you will lose actually points.
And keeping a credit, if you have a credit available, let's pretend that it's $1,000 available. Keeping that limit or that amount that you have on there under 25% is the ideal number to rotate in and out, right?
Two things that you have to keep in mind, that they take a look at not only just the individual credit, but the sum amount of all the available credit and what you use. So, for example, generally speaking, you get the best credit score if your credit utilization, meaning that how much of your credit use.
That sounds very official.
Yeah, it's very. I just picked it up. I heard it on another radio show, and I've been practicing pronouncing it. But anyway, so.
Is it from Oklahoma State's radio?
No.
Oh, okay. It's weird. I think I said it.
So 10 to 30%. So let's say if you have a credit card that's the credit limit is $1,000, don't have credit balance on it higher than $300 when the statement drops. Because here's another thing.
Timing.
Because
Yes, timing is everything.
Because here's the deal. You might think that I pay off my credit cards at the end of the month. Yeah, except that the statement doesn't drop at the end of the month. So your credit statement might drop on the 10th. You can you pay it off by the 30th, but guess what? By the 10th when the statement dropped and it showed that you spent $800 on the credit card, it's already over. So you have to make sure that on the statement, so if you want to make it ahead of time, on the statement, it's no more than $300. And it's especially crucial this game when you're in the middle of the home buying process.
Holy smokes. Don't even, getting that resolved before you get into the process is really the way to go about it. I don't know how many times we've heard stories, horror stories, just again, that has to do with information being given to a buyer, what to do and what not to do. Please, one of the rules would be, don't go sign for your brother on a motorcycle.
Right.
3 weeks into.
Well, don't do that, but also you don't. The other thing is you have to be smart about it. So if you know what you're doing, that's fine. You can spend on your credit cards, because that's the other extreme is that people just, I can't use my credit card. I can't, the entire family has been starving. We've been starving for 2 months now because I'm too afraid to, buy groceries. You can just keep that in mind that the companies, the lending companies, they will only know your balance off of the credit report, right? So just make sure when your statement drops, you can buy a TV or you can buy a motorcycle. Just make sure when the statement drops, it's already paid off by that time.
Interesting.
And then, if it's...
That's very important.
Okay, we're back from our break.
Hello again.
Hi, everybody. Well, Hunor did have to leave. He had a credit emergency to go run off and fix, which we really appreciate. We're just going to break into the last segment you can expect on our series, and that is consistently going to be available, and it will be called Location, Location, Location. What I love about Location, Location, Location is exactly that. We're going to talk with people who live in the most dynamic locations around the world, especially here in Los Angeles. And we're going to be speaking with our friends who are in the industry, who are in all types of walks of life, and discussing what the lifestyle is like here in LA, why they love living in LA, and what they're up to. For example, we'll have celebrities, and stay tuned because that list is coming up. You'll have to watch that website, right? We're going to be updating it and letting
everything is going to be, all the updates and all our pages. Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Can I mention the one that I'm really excited about? That's coming? Can I give a sneak peek on the one?
No. Maybe next week.
Anyway. All right. Well, fine. Well, what I can share with you about Location, 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 let me start by saying that since I'm from Los Angeles and I love Los Angeles, I want to share with you what I grew up with and why I think it's one of the most dynamic places to live.
Tell us, Coco.
I will. Merci. For me, growing up in LA, I have a very big family and really great experience, especially when it came to culture. We were taught from a very young age that loving and opening our arms to every culture, that it was absolutely the only way to be. And for me as a kid, I always grew up thinking that I would have this opportunity to go around the world and see people from every walk of life and be able to interact with them in a way where I felt like I was at home. Well, I got something even better than that. And growing up here in LA and being here for as long as I have, it kind of became the mecca for every single walk of life.
That's true.
And I love the fact that I can turn a corner and meet someone from maybe North Africa, and then I'm turning and I go into another building and I'm talking to somebody who's from Brazil. I mean, honestly, it is absolutely a treasure to be here and to have such a dynamic community. I love it.
What's happening here is in LA is amazing to me. Like when I firstly came here, everybody everybody, I felt really good because everybody, most of the people I was meeting, they were not from here, and that was very encouraging for me. Coming from a different country, you have your difficulties when you come here, and all that. But you see that there's other people like you who came from other countries to pursue their dreams. Do what they love to do and all that, and that's very encouraging.
And I think, like I said, most people I grew up with or knew, most of them don't live here anymore. There's only a few people who are still here, but I've stuck around because I like it. I like what we're doing. I like the way it's just an open place. You can find food from everywhere. You can find a community from anywhere.
So diverse, yeah.
I love it. I absolutely think it's fantastic.
We like you, CoCo. It's okay.
Aw. Well, I love you guys. That's why, you guys mean a lot to me. So that's why I'm here. That's my passion. So
Okay.
that was that. But I'm really excited about what's coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Yes. Today is our first time here, but the next weeks are gonna be very, very, very good.
Okay, so I'm going to give a hint.
Okay. Well,
I know. Okay, so if you've ever watched this little show called Dancing with the Stars.
yeah.
What? Okay. I'm just saying, stay tuned. Okay,
Right.
just
We're gonna have guests from like actors, actresses, dancers from everywhere.
It's going to be about health and fitness, movies,
Yes.
everything. So stay tuned. We're here for all of your questions, and we have all the answers. We'll make them available to you. Whatever you want to know, whatever you're looking to find out about, whatever has been on your mind that you just haven't found the answer for. It's everything you wanted to know about real estate, but were too afraid to ask, and maybe you need a restaurant referral. All that too.
Yep, anything you want. There is no, bad question.
Hey.
We're here to answer all your questions, help you with any process. Buyers and sellers, don't be shy. We're here for you.
Yeah, you can hire us. We're here for whatever your questions and concerns are. Contact us. Again, what's our webpage again?
glamestates.com.
What?
Our Facebook page is Glam Estates. We're Glam Estates on Twitter and Glam Estates on Instagram.
I'm going to try to remember that.
I know it's a little tricky to remember.
Well, great. This has been
Okay.
a fabulous first episode. Gregory, you've been a great host.
Thank you,
so
CoCo.
much.
You as well. Thanks everyone who listened to us today, for being with us today.
Yay! Thank you so much. We look forward to doing you justice and making you proud.
Okay. To the next one. Glam it up, baby.
Whoa, glam it up, baby.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Glam Estates Radio with your hosts, CoCo and Gregory, right here on LA Talk Radio.